Our subcontractors just quit and we only have 2 weeks to put this whole entire house back together. There's drywall that still needs to get done. There's trim laying around everywhere. We need to go ahead and paint as well as put in all new flooring throughout the whole entire house and install a kitchen. And right now we also have no functioning bathrooms, so we need to get both of those up and ready. And we had to do all this in 2 weeks. We had hired a company that specializes in doing repairs for manufactured homes, and unfortunately they lost one of their lead people. And because of that, they are no longer able to keep up with the commitment of finishing this house for us. So the old man and I are down here today to do a hard press on this house to try to get as far along as possible so that we can get the homeowner in. The first thing that we need to go ahead and do here is get all of the drywall unloaded.
Stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the diner.
With the drywall and everything now unloaded, we need to go through and start actually drywalling inside here in their laundry room. But first, this furnace needs to get pulled out. Also, as you can see, I'm trying a new camera angle, so if you like it, be sure to drop a comment down below and give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you like the new angles, and we'll see what we continue to include. While I'm doing that, the old man is over here working on installing some trim.
This one here, it's a bedroom. To me, more like an office, but works out well. Get some trim back up, get ready for paint.
Now that we got the wall and everything all cleaned up, we're gonna go ahead and start hanging the drywall. Quick disclaimer before we start doing this, you have to understand that this is a manufactured home, so the process you're gonna see is different than what you would do for a regular house. For instance, in a regular house, you would typically hang 1/2 inch or 5/8 inch drywall. In a manufactured house, it's a 1/4 inch. And as you can see here, all the old stuff is laid vertically versus being hung horizontally in the normal case. So before anybody comments and says, I know, this is a whole different process. Also, instead of using screws to hang it to the stud, considering that the studs are 1x3 pieces of wood that would split when attaching a screw, we are using these narrow crown staples. Let's go ahead and start getting this drywall hung so we can start working on the finishing process for it.
Typically when doing drywall, I wouldn't be wearing this respirator, but considering that the old man is currently going through their house and spraying the ceiling with paint, I don't really like the idea of breathing all that in, so we're gonna be wearing this while hanging it.
Train, it only comes on a very blue moon. Think twice, and you miss.
All right, the old man is done spraying and we aired out the whole entire place, so I can take off my respirator and I can talk to y'all clearly. Anyways, now that we got this piece all hung up here, there is an outlet that I do have to cut in about 4 inches over, and then we'll go ahead and feed that through. So I'm gonna go ahead, measure it out, and then make the cut.
Again, waiting in line for the party to end.
To cut out this outlet, I'm gonna be using this drywall knife. You can also use a router that makes it a lot faster, but I don't have one of those down here, so we're just gonna use this. Now we can go ahead and continue that process for the rest of this little room.
Get what they asked for, not a genie in sight, that reality gets so. There's no point to being careful.
All right, now we need to go ahead and measure out where those boxes are at, so I can go ahead and cut it before installing this. Time to go ahead and cut out those box holes and see if I got the measurements right or if I need to do it over again.
She was a winner, started working at the diner.
Here's the moment of truth to see if I got my cut holes and everything else perfect, or if I'm gonna have to redo this sheet of drywall. Fingers crossed, hopefully it goes on without an issue.
It serves as a reminder to count your blessings, cause this town ain't fair.
now we have this whole entire room all drywalled, so we can go ahead and move on to the next part, which is doing the mud and tape. We want to start first with these inside corners, then we'll do the vertical seams, and then the ceiling last. To do the mudding, we're going to be using our handy dandy drywall hawk, as well as some taping mud right here, and our mud knives. We're going to use the 6-inch one to apply the mud on the seams, and then we will be using our 4-inch blade to help apply the tape. So the reason why I prefer using a drywall hawk instead of a trowel is because you can just put a ton of mud on here and you're not restricted to a tiny trowel trying to scoop in there and get it all out. You have it all right here for us, and it doesn't matter the blade size. When applying mud, I like to go ahead and use this 6-inch, and I'm going to use the side of the knife right here. So I'll go in and just place it like that. The reason why is because it creates less of a mess and isn't fanned out so far. With the mud now applied, we're going to go ahead and put on our paper tape. Most of your paper tape has this middle crease in here so that you can just easily fold it in half. We already have a square end. If you don't, all you have to do is take your 4-inch knife, press it up against the wall, do a tear. There are people that are way faster at drywall than I am. It's not my favorite thing to do. What you want to do is get this nice and up there in the corner. We're going to take our knife, just go along that seam, give it a nice little press in there. Get it seated. And one last little thing that you want to do after you get the tape hook back on, go ahead and get it wet with a little bit of mud. Put some on, but then go ahead and take it back off. The reason why you want to do that is that if you don't get your tape wet as the mud is drying underneath it, for some reason it likes to pop off. So go ahead, get it wet with a little bit of mud, and then take it right back off. You're usually pretty safe.
How they coming for you? Yeah.
We got all the mudding and taping done, so we need to go ahead and let it set up over the weekend. So with that, we are out of here. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more cool projects like this, check out this video.